Mm-hmm. Okay, we're live. I'm going to talk to you guys about a few topics tonight. I'm going to try to not let this go on too long. Um, but we're going to talk about some new things that have popped up, some different situations that I have dealt with in the last couple weeks, and some topics that a lot of people don't like to talk about, or that some people do talk about, and they are not very informed on. I had to do a few things recently to gain some more experience before I even talked about something, and I can give you my honest opinion, and I leave it at that. It's just an opinion. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just somebody that likes to study the hell out of medical stuff and deal with people on a more personal basis and openly speak about it. And if they choose to tell me that they don't want me to speak about it, I will not speak about it. Some of you know recently I have been working with Stephanie. She's on the keto group. She was sharing with me that her fasting blood glucose was out of control, and I was asking her, about her how long this had been going on, and she was saying my blood glucose has um, been 12, 14, 16 hours fasting between 160 to 200, and that's not normal. And she was living this way, and I don't know if it was a matter of weeks or a matter of months before she caught it. And she asked me for my opinion on it, and I said I can tell you right now, with the numbers that you're speaking of, especially in a fasted state, with as long as you are assimilating signs of insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes. So the next thing for you to do immediately would be to get into a facility, talk to your doctor, get them to run your lab panels and stuff like that, because I think you are showing signs of being a diabetic. Your numbers indicate insulin resistance, a diabetic, type 2. And she went and she did have her labs done. It was currently in the process. She said, well, I've already got them done, and I'm just waiting for the doctor to confirm what you're saying right now. And sure enough, the next day by late night, the doctor did get a hold of her and give her her lab results back. Her A1C had shot up to, she went off keto for a while and went back to, I think, regular eating or something like that, from what I understand. And her A1C went from, I think it was like in the fives, the low fives, up to 8.2. So my hunch, my experience, my education that I've learned so far, I can't say expertise because I'm not an expert, but I have been doing this for many years. Did confirm that she is insulin resistant and she does have type 2 diabetes. So that's what we're working on now. Is we've been going at it strong for about a week. I had recommended that she try to go as much carnivore as possible, and within the last week, if not a day or two more, she went from 165 down to 140. I think she was 122 last night. So her blood sugar is coming down substantially. And her doctor is giving her the chance to fix this over the next few months before he strongly pushes medications, statins, insulin, whatever it may be. But she's actually doing very, very well. She's lost 13 pounds in the last week. Her blood sugar has dropped 40 points total, and it's continuing to go down on carnivore. It's just by fixing the things that may have been causing some issues. She had told me that she was adding some ketone supplements in, and I was not seeing an increase based on what ketone companies normally provide. They tell you your ketone numbers will rise substantially. Guys, it's a bunch of garbage. There are some people that benefit from the ketone supplements, but the majority of people do not. You're already on a ketogenic diet. You're already in some kind of low carb form of eating. That's where the healing power is. It's in the real food. It's not the supplements and stuff that people buy. I didn't see a substantial increase in ketones, which one of my first indications is that it's not working is why is there no increase in ketone levels? Why is there no increase in energy and stuff like that in general? It's because it's not working. It simply does not work. The majority of people find comfort, or they find comfort is really what it is when it comes down to seeing higher numbers on a meter. And that's not where you should find your comfort. I don't know where it started in the ketogenic community. I don't know where it started in the carnivorous community or low carb community or paleo, whatever it is. If you're seeing high ketone numbers on your meter, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing that great. That just means you're producing a lot of ketones that your body's not able to use. So if you're reading a stagnant form of ketones on your meter all the time, and you're up at this 2.0, 3.0, and stuff like that, and you think that you're doing some amazing task by keeping your ketones high all the time and taking these supplements by keeping your ketones high all the time, that means your body's not using that. That is serum ketone levels. You're not using the levels that are in 0.7, 0.6, 1.0. These are numbers that I like to see consistently because that's telling me people are in ketosis and they're actually using what they're producing. But once I start seeing 2.0, 3.0, and all these other high numbers and stuff like that, it tells me a couple different things. Your body's has not learned to start converting acetoacetate to beta hydroxybutyrate. The main acetoacetate, a lot of people don't understand that. Acetyl-CoA is actually the first form before a ketone is even produced. And then the body takes acetyl-CoA and turns it into acetoacetate through a conversion process in the liver. And that acetoacetate is your urine ketone. That's what you test when you pee on the script. And in the beginning, it's very, very accurate. A lot of people in the beginning will start to see dark colors and stuff like that, and it excites them. It drives them to keep going and stuff like that, and that's great. It's a great feeling. But after 2 or 3 months, the biggest majority of people, I want to say like 75% of the people or more, that drops off. All of a sudden, the sticks don't show anymore, and you're like, what the heck am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. What has happened is your body has adapted to being on a ketogenic diet. Not completely, but you're becoming fat adapted. Your body's learning to convert acetoacetate into beta hydroxybutyrate. So if you actually test your blood ketone levels, you'll see, oh wow, I've got actually high blood ketone levels. Not high, but 1.0, 0.9, 1.2, 1.3. And you're like, oh, I am in ketosis, but my scripts don't show that I'm in ketosis. What's the deal? Your body has learned to regulate and adapt to convert exactly what it's supposed to. It knows that your blood-brain barrier can only be crossed by certain things, and that's beta hydroxybutyrate. It knows the dominant ketone that can be used throughout the body is beta hydroxybutyrate, so your body converts that. And to say that I have this absurd, high-level ketone all the time that this is the benefit to ketosis, no, that's completely false. It's being in a ketotic state that's the benefit. It's not high ketone levels, because all that means is you have serum levels that are high. It just means that you're producing more than what your body can handle. Or you're not doing enough work to use them. There's a number of ways you can look at it. Just because you have high ketone levels is nothing to shake a stick at. It's nothing to brag about. So why these ketone supplements are even used when somebody's already in a good state of ketosis makes no sense to me. You can easily make an electrolyte drink in the kitchen at home with potassium chloride or sodium, real salt, something like that. Snake juice, the dude sells it on Amazon now in the package. You just literally dump it right in your water. It's got calcium, it's got sodium, it's got potassium. I think it's like sodium bicarbonate or something there. It's got all that stuff. So you don't need these expensive ketone supplements. This is one of the things I'm seeing is a lot of people do not see ketone levels increase on supplementation. These high numbers that people are trying to achieve, I don't understand it. It doesn't do anything. We just got into a discussion the other day with a lady. She says, I'm 50 years old. I go to the gym, and I find that when I'm done with the gym, I'm not really in ketosis anymore. Like my numbers drop below a nutritional state. You used those ketones. Your body's now trying to build that back up. Plus, you have to look at it a number of ways. Inflammation markers go up. Your body starts converting the glycerol backbone of fat more and more and more, trying to replace that muscle glycogen and stuff. There's a number of things that are going on that would reduce those ketone levels, especially are your inflammation markers going up. You use the ketones during your workout session. Now your body's trying to bring those numbers back up. I bet you if you tested an hour or two after you were done with the gym, you'd see that you actually had your numbers back up substantially. It's how the body works. But a lot of these ketone supplements and stuff out there, these people out there will make you believe taking these supplementation forms of ketones is going to benefit you somehow. There's very few people that are actually going to see benefit from that. The people that see benefit from taking these supplements are people that don't hydrate, for one. And when I mean hydrate, I don't mean just with water. I mean with electrolytes as well. They don't take care of themselves. They're not doing their homework. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. So if you do your homework and you learn that electrolytes are actually more important than the water itself, you'll see that you don't need that much water. When it comes down to it, it's the sodium and the potassium that actually keeps your cell healthy. The hydration is a factor, don't get me wrong, but it's not what social media makes it out to be. It's not what some of these doctors and stuff and these trainers and stuff that tell you drink half your body weight in ounces of water. All that is all garbage. It's straight garbage. At the end of the day, your body cares more about the balance that's going on inside the cell between sodium and potassium, and the hydration is a factor, don't get me wrong. Good quality sources of protein and keeping yourself sated with a very natural diet is key. So I'm not seeing an increase when people take these ketone supplements. You know what you see an increase from? Is when you take ketone esters. Ketone esters are very, very, very strong. But again, why would you take them to achieve some kind of high level number of ketones unless you're like somebody with a medical condition that could benefit from that? It doesn't make any sense to me. So it's not that I'm trying to knock these ketone companies out there and tell you don't go buy their products. I'm trying to tell you you're wasting your money buying their products. That's exactly what you're doing. So moving on to the next topic, Stephanie's doing very well. Let me close that up. See, she's doing very well. She's recovering fine. I have no doubt in my mind in May when she goes back for labs that she's going to be completely fine and she will not have diabetic readings anymore. It's a matter of doing your homework. Are you willing to do what it takes to get it done? And why wait to the last minute? Why wait until you have a medical or health condition before it all falls apart? And that's when you want to make a change. Reality is, with most people, that's exactly what's going to happen. Reality is, most people don't want to take care of themselves until they have to have a reason to do that. And then by then, sometimes it's too late. Stephanie has caught it early on and she's chose to do something now about it, and it's working very well. Numbers are coming down just like a roller coaster diving off its highest peak. They're coming down within a week, and it's crazy how just going back to a very natural, very nutrient dense diet can fix all that, and you don't need medications and stuff. So the next topic that I want to speak about tonight is edibles, and I do mean marijuana edibles. In the state of Illinois, it is legal now. And people have asked me so many different times, Rich, what do you think about marijuana and keto and marijuana and carnivore, marijuana and training? And I had mixed feelings about that. That's why you guys never, ever heard me talk about that, because I don't use recreational drugs. I know some people out there that do, and they keep it very, very discreet. I'm not one to stay discreet about anything. I'm one to actually talk about, hello guys, how are you? I'm one to talk about it, and I'm one to try it. I have actually tried over the last few weeks edibles with THC in it, and I got high off my ass. And I am a lightweight when it comes to any kind of alcohol, any kind of recreational drugs or anything like that. I cannot smoke things because my lungs are very sensitive to me, so I will not smoke them. I tried when I was younger, like 16. Hi, Lori. 16 years old. I tried smoking marijuana, and it made me very nauseous, and it almost made me like hallucinate, kind of. So I knew that I was probably allergic in some form or fashion. So what I ended up doing was I waited and waited and waited, and I went through the military. I did all my time in Iraq and stuff. I had many chances in Iraq to do some kind of recreational drug, smoke pot, whatever. I had fields of that stuff over there in some places. And I had learned to, I am going to make Barb one of the moderators, and I'm going to make Princess Ninja one of the moderators. I learned to just kind of listen to the stories and not partake, but when I got out of the military, I decided I wanted to try, because at this time, when I was 16, I tried it, it made me sick. When I was 25, I tried smoking weed again, and it really made me sick. It didn't make me feel good at all. I didn't really feel high, and my buddy was like, dude, I think you're allergic to it. So actually, when I was at the doctor's office, I talked to the doctor about what happened, and I said, look, I tried to smoke pot with my friends, and it made me very, very sick, like I'm nauseous. And he said, well, it sounds like you're actually allergic to THC. It's probably not the plant so much as it is what's inside it, but it could also be that you're smoking it instead of eating it. There are two different forms, and your body could reject one over the other. So I said, this is just not my thing. I mean, I tried it a couple times. It doesn't work for me. I move on about my business. Well, now here I am, 34 years old, another 9 years later. Ironically, 9 years the first time almost, now 9 years again. They made it legal in my state. Your employer can't fire you for it unless you're doing it at work. Um, I know. It's a blame it on the oxalates, the phytates, the salicylates, the phytoestrogens, and we'll blame it on all that. Um, and it's legal now in my state. So I figured, with me, the PTSD and the inflammation and stuff like that, and me being on my feet from the time I get up in the morning until the time I go to bed, and sometimes that's not until 9, 10 o'clock at night. So I run 12, 13, 14-hour days, many days throughout the week, and I just try to kill it at work as much as I can, make as much money as I can. And, I wanted to try it. And there was a guy that locally makes it recreationally because it's now legal. And I tried CBD. CBD didn't really do anything for me. It did like absolutely nothing. Some people it really does a lot for. Some people it mellows them out. It helps them breathe better and stuff like that. Me on the other hand, it didn't do anything for me. I didn't feel any effect. I think one time I tried it. Yeah, I know, no THC. One time I tried it and I had a little bit of an energy increase, but not very much. And I just CBD just doesn't do anything for me. Well, he gave me a couple of these little bears, these little chocolate bears, like pure chocolate. He said I use stevia to sweeten them. I don't use any sugars because I know some diabetics and stuff are really sensitive with sugars. So he said we sweeten them naturally. We don't put any real sugar or anything in there because we know we have to tailor to multiple crowds. And stevia, erythritol, stuff like that. He said we don't get into the sugar and stuff because we want people with medical conditions to be able to use it. And I brought a little vacuum sealed bag home with these. Basically, he says he presses the marijuana in a press and gets the oil out of it in concentrated form. And one little bear is about 5 milligrams, 10 milligrams. He said it's just ballpark, 5, 10 milligrams. And then he gave me a heart, a big giant heart. The heart was like 2.5 times the size of one of the little bears. And me and Ange decided that we wanted to give it a shot now that it's legal. And I haven't been able to talk about it. And hundreds of people over the last few years have been asking me to talk about it because there's no YouTubers talking about it that actually tried it and have been experiencing something with it. To talk from a personal perspective rather than social media dogging and stuff like that, like everybody else does, but yet they don't even do it. So I can honestly say the first bear that I took, I tried it. I got super, super quiet. It didn't make me sick at all. I felt like my throat right at the top was just a little tight. People normally react to things differently. This one just makes me very, 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 very mellow. I get very quiet. I just want to focus on what I'm doing. I don't want people to talk to me. I want to be left alone. And I kind of just want to sit there and just watch something, watch TV. And I don't even hear what's coming from the TV. I can't even, like, there can be volume there. And I don't even care as long as I'm seeing the screen and I'm just mellow and just zoned out, just kind of like just sitting there. That's how it affected me. And I felt great. It felt awesome. No pain, no nothing. I wasn't worried about anything. I just sat there and was really, really quiet. But the thing about edibles is it's not a hit right away like marijuana where you can get high from smoking it immediately. It slowly released into my system. So 15, 20 minutes in, I'm kind of like feeling really relaxed and just lightly tingly right around my eye sockets and stuff like that. My jawbone or cheekbone. I just feel real chill. And just kept watching the TV. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't hear any of the words. I just felt like, just kind of like, wow, this is nice. And Ange was on the other end of the couch, and she took it, and she's like, I don't feel nothing, dude. She's like, I don't feel anything. And she got up, and she went to the bed, and she laid down in the bed, and next thing you know, I mean, it was like she went from saying, I don't feel anything, to the bed, and boom, right on the bed, and she was out. And I was like, yeah, somebody's high. It just affects people differently. I got really tired, really quiet. I relaxed. I slept really, 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 really good. She slept like a baby in the same spot across the bed, so I stayed on the couch. And that was the first experience. So I didn't want to just shut it down there and say, okay, I tried it, now quit. I mean, there was two more bears in a heart. I mean, I had to go through it and actually try it. So a couple days later, what was it? I was home by myself or something like that, and I was cleaning the house up, and I was kind of getting distracted, and I said, I wonder what'll happen while I'm cleaning up and stuff, and I'm focused on something. I wonder what'll happen if I take one of those things. It is a game changer when it comes down to what mode you want to be in. It interacts with the mode that you want to be in. So when I took it, I was sitting down on the couch, relaxed, and trying to wind the night down. And it made me wind the night down very comfortably, very smoothly. I didn't really want to talk or be bothered. That's how it reacted. But when I was up moving around, washing the dishes, throwing out the garbage and stuff like that, wow. I took one of the little bears and I was zooming around here, doing all this stuff, and I was like, man, this is okay. This did not make me feel like when I was sitting on the couch ready to go to sleep. Now I know I'm ready to get up and do stuff. I'm focused on all this stuff at one time. So it was like crazy. I never experienced anything like that. And I liked it. I mean, I did get a little tight at the top of the throat again. My jaw socket, have a good night, sleep well. My jaw socket kind of got numb a little bit, so I do feel the numbness in my face when I take them. You didn't try anymore after that, right? That was just your one shot.
I did it one more time.
And it was the same thing. You didn't.
Although I did stay up.
Yeah.
I was just super tired.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to be affected by the small doses. No. Here's the kicker to all of this. I was home last night. She went to go do her babysitting job. She babysits what, one kid, or she's been doing it for a couple years now.
Couple months.
Couple months. She babysits this kid for this couple whenever they need her. And I was home alone, and I was kind of relaxed, and I was like, wow, I wonder, I'm hungry right now, but I'm also ready to go to bed. Well, I took that big heart. The heart's like 2.5 times the one of the bears. I never, it was the last one we had. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this. The hell with it. Why not? So I took the heart and I ate it. And it's like, I think it's something like 20 grams or 25
I don't
grams.
remember.
Well, no, I think that's what he said, the guy that makes them. He said it's about 20 to 25 grams, the big heart. And he said that's not even that much. Like, you're just a newbie. That's why you're affected that way. Well, I ate the whole, heart. It was pretty big. And I'm sitting there sucking on it, and I'm like, I'm really hungry too. Well, all of a sudden, the hunger started to go away. And like 30 minutes later, I wasn't even hungry. I didn't even want to eat anymore. I drank some water, threw some salt in it. I wasn't even feeling anything yet. And then I said, I'm going to eat just a little bit before I go to bed. I am just going to eat just a little bit. So I grabbed some steak out, cut up a bunch of steak, ate it, and it prolonged the fact that it wasn't releasing in my body right away, because now I had food in my body. So it was kind of like mixing in with it, and it wasn't hitting me right away. And I was laying in the bed, and I'm kind of along the bed, like on my belly, and I got my arms up, my phone's in my hand. I'm playing that stupid Call of Duty game that I'm hooked on now, and I'm a murderer in that game. I mean, I'm a monster. I come around the corner with that sniper rifle, pew pew pew. I'm knocking heads off, and here I am, 34 years old, and I'm getting into this stuff like I'm 15 still, and I'm just destroying dudes, like more than half the points every single game. And I've only been playing for a couple weeks now, and I'm really good at this game. Well, last night I was super focused on it. For some reason, the 20 kills that I normally got, every game it was like 30, 35, 34, 31. And I was like, how am I able to do this? I've never been able to do this. Like every single game, it was just coming around corners, sniper rifle up, boom, boom, boom. And I was like, this is the edibles. This is like enhancing what I'm doing. And I don't, this is not me. It's making me better at this stupid game, which is going to make me want to play it more. And I'm laying there, and then all of a sudden, my face gets super numb. And it's like little spikes in my face. And she hasn't heard this yet. I told her I wanted to make her wait so I can tell her what my experience was last night when I took that big edible. And I'm laying there and I was like, oh, oh. I start making these noises where I'm like breathing deep and I'm like, oh God, this is not good. And I'm like, do I need to call her right now and let her know that I'm this high? And I roll over on my back and I like put my feet together, kind of like my only way I can explain it is this. I'm not even gonna say it. Feet down next to each other, and I'm laying on the bed, and I got my arms like kind of down to my side, and I can't get comfortable. I raise my arms up in the air, and I raise my arms back down, and then I finally find the right spot for my arms, and then all of a sudden my chest is getting numb, and it feels like little spikes in my chest, and then it goes all the way down to my feet. I can't feel my private parts. I cannot feel anything, and I'm just laying there, and I'm like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. And I'm thinking to myself, get up and go do something, because that's what Matt, he told me. He said, get up and go do something whenever you feel like you're about to pass out because you're so tired or whatever. That's what it's doing to you, because it will interact with you on what you want to do. If you're laying down, it's going to make you tired. If you're up moving around, it's going to give you energy. It reacts to how your brain is telling your body to do things. Well, it was too late. I was already laying in the bed. My feet were already down. My arms are already out to my side and stuff like that. And I'm laying there and I'm like, ooh, this feels good. And I'm like, at the same time, this is really scary. And I'm like, maybe you're getting, I started getting the munchies and I was like, man, I really want some bugles right now. I want some Funyuns right now. I want some junk food right now. And I'm trying to get up because I'm like, man, screw this keto diet. I want damn Buffalo Bugles. And I'm trying to get up and I go to roll over and and I'm making this, I can't get up. And my arm's like frozen to the bed. My legs are frozen to the bed. I cannot move my body. I was so numb from head to toe, taking that much edible at one time, that my body was literally locked in one place and would not move. And then I started thinking about things in my head. I was like, it would be nice right now if you go on a long drive, roll the window down in the country. There ain't no country around here. Where the heck am I going to go do that? I was contemplating driving 3 hours south. And I'm doing this and my head's going spinning and I'm talking to myself in my head, but I'm not like, my mouth is not moving, but I'm having a conversation in my head. No, stupid, you can't do that. You're too high. And then I'm like, but I really want Funyuns and Bugles. And then I'm just like, dude, just go to sleep. Shut up. Go to sleep. So I'm telling myself in my head, shut up and go to sleep. And I was finally, the last thing I knew was lights out. Done. Blacked out from whatever was going on. And I woke up right, normally like I do. How I wake up a few minutes before my alarm goes off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't affect any of that. I woke right up a few minutes right before my alarm went off. I got up, got out of bed, put my shoes and stuff on. I didn't feel no pain in my joints or anything like that. And I just, I went off about my business. And I had a great day. It was an amazing day. I mean, I was tired and it was kind of, but overall I felt good. I was really relaxed the first 2 or 3 hours of work. Wasn't frustrated, no nothing at all. And I was like, wow, this really put me in a great mood. I mean, now let me give you my thoughts on this whole entire thing. I will not ever do that again. I will not ever use an edible again. I'm done with edibles. I've experienced that I can do it. It is pain-free. I don't like how it makes me feel. I don't like how it makes me somewhat panic. I don't like how it makes me uncertain of how I'm going to act because I don't know how I'm going to act. I don't know if I took an edible and was already upset if it would enhance that, because if everything that I've done, the few times that I've done it, it's enhanced what I've been doing. When I was cleaning, it made me faster, better, more focused. When I was sleeping, laying down, it really made me go into a deep sleep, like blackout kind of sleep. What would happen if I got mad? I don't like that. I don't like the fact if I got mad about something and it was starting to I just took one, how everything that I've done, it's enhanced what I've done. And after last night, with just the a mediocre sized edible, and it made me freak out like I did, and I couldn't do anything about it. I couldn't move my body. I was pinned to the bed. I don't know that it's worth it to me to even try that again. So the common sense thing would be, you've done it, you've tried it, move on about your life. There's nothing in it for you other than you can say that you've experienced it. So I've been there. I've done it. I can see why people would do it. I can see why people, now I could actually see why people could say, you don't know what you're talking about because you have not tried it. And now I know exactly why they said that to me before. Because I've made comments like, "Oh, I'll never do that stuff. That's crazy." And now I know there's a benefit. There is a benefit to it. But depending on the type of person you are and how you use it, it can be very catastrophic, but it could also be very beneficial. But because it played on my mood like it did, and the type of state that I was in when I did it, I will never do it again. I don't want to even ever take a chance. It curved my appetite. I did not feel hungry. I didn't feel like there was anything wrong with me. It actually made me a completely, like, more refreshed type of person. But it played on my mental state, on what I was doing. So people that say, "Oh, weed is not a psychedelic, weed doesn't do this." Actually, I felt like I was almost like I was straight tripping last night. Like I was like almost like an out of body experience, just laying there, being pinned to the bed like that, almost like there was a weight on top of me and not being able to move. I was literally freaking out before I finally told myself, like I had one inner head conversation with myself, go to bed. And right after that, it was it. I was asleep. I don't remember anything after that. I had to tell myself to quit and go to bed. And that's what it did. It was like one small 5-second conversation, like, you probably need to go to bed right now. And I was out. I don't remember anything after that. So I can say that I did it. I've got the t-shirt now. I don't honestly think that, and this is just me saying this, and again, this is my opinion. I don't think if you are a typically high-strung type of person, based on my experience and only my experience. So I don't want people to try to correct me when I say this. If this is somebody not keto or that doesn't know my mentality, some new person that comes along, please don't correct me on this, because I'm not going to deal with the correction very well. There's no reason to correct somebody's opinion. In my opinion, I don't feel like somebody that's stressed, angry, somebody that's having a lot of financial problems or something in their life should partake in recreational drugs like this. Even though it's legal, I know there's somebody else out there like me that I know THC or edibles affects me to the point where it plays on my mood exactly how I'm feeling and what I'm doing at that time. I know that I cannot do it, and I probably should not do it, because who knows, at any moment some vegan can pop on here, or some keto doctor that has some smart ass comment they want to say to me, and then I flip out over it, and I've just taken one, and all of a sudden I'm blowing up the internet with F this keto doctor and that keto doctor and this vegan and that vegan, and that's not even me. So I won't partake in it again, and this is just my opinion on it. So Lori says, I am a chronic pain patient, and I fought doing pills for 15 years. I have a lot of reactions to meds, but finally had to give in because I was in bed in pain 24/7, doing better now with meds. I got you. And I would never condemn somebody for doing it. I know lots of people that do edibles now. It's legal in the state now. Everybody's walking around high.
Mm-hmm.
So I do what you do. But me personally, I will not partake in that again. What else did I say I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about marijuana, which I did. I think that these things are, a lot of people say they're not hallucinogens. A lot of people say that they can't change, or they won't change your state of mind like that, yada, yada, yada. That's fine. If you're a new person, it will. If you're somebody that's been smoking weed or doing edibles for a long time, I've seen a guy take 50 grams at one shot or whatever. I don't know if that's a lot, but that's twice as much. I've seen him do it. 2 hours later, do another one. Bob says, I'm not smoking a doobie right now. uh, I've seen him do another one just an hour or two later. And he's like, if you're a seasoned vet at this stuff, it doesn't affect you like that. It doesn't. But if you're somebody new and you go into it like that, like you did, you're going to be all kinds of screwed up. So I have to show that there's kind of a way to approach things that I did not approach. I wanted to go from small to large right away, and it wasn't even that large. To me, it was because of I'm not a user, and it didn't give me like the munchies like people said. It didn't make me lose control like people said. I was very focused at what I was doing the time I was doing it. It was if it was time to go to bed, it enhanced that. If it was cleaning, it enhanced that. It gave me more energy while I was focused on having more energy. But what would it do if I got upset about something or if I was worried or emotional about something? Seeing as the few times that I did it, it enhanced the mood that I was in, it could possibly make those situations worse. And because of what I did last night, and then finding out that that's not even that much that I took and it affected me that way, that's kind of scary because I felt like I could not even control myself. I was pinned to the bed, high as a kite, and was talking in my head, having these conversations that I would never even have with myself. Um, so that's pretty much that. So marijuana, edibles. I don't even remember what the rest of it was. What did I title this video? What did you guys see the title of this video? I was marijuana, edibles. Um, Keto, carnivore. Oh yeah. So I have somebody that that I've been working with. I introduced you guys. uh, who knows who the Twink is? The Twink. Who am I talking about in our community that is the Twink? And I do mean it exactly like the slang term is a prepubescent teenage boy to middle aged man that has very slender type male figure that looks good and almost too good to be true, and he just kind of looks like a teenage boy. So who do you think I'm talking about? Can anybody here? I got 9 people watching right now. Anybody know who the Twink in the carnivore community is? Twink is a gay male that look it's between the ages of like a late teenage boy and like mid 20s or something like that has very male slash feminine like figure. It's more like a light to medium build and he's gay. Um, I keep seeing all this stuff pop up about Frank Tufano, the Twink. Yes, his own subscribers call him that, so it's nothing new. Some long-term subscribers have been subscribed to him for a long time, and they openly call him that, and he eats it up. He loves every bit of it. Why is that the case? Because it's true. And I thought at first people were just lying about Frank and all this other stuff, and that they were just saying that he's gay and all this. He is. I don't have a problem with him, but own up to it. If you like the sausage, admit that you like the sausage. If you like the scruff, the rug muncher, admit that you're a rug muncher. I don't have a problem with that. We all have our thing and like what we like. But admit it. Don't act like a clown and lead women on to believe that you like them and you want to flirt with them to make them your subscribers and everything else, and then come to find out you're as flamboyant as they come. Somebody today messaged me and said, I want you to see this. I didn't know Frank was like he is. I know he jokes about being in a gay movie video and stuff like that and everything else, which is not a big deal. But he said, no, you don't understand how gay Frank is. And somebody released this video on Microsoft OneDrive, and I'd never seen anything like this before in my life. And I was like, I'm curious, but I don't know how curious I am. What is this all about? And they're like, just look at the video, dude. Just look at the video. I feel like I'm scarred for the rest of my life. Honestly. I feel like I'm really scarred for the rest of my life. It was Frank on a twin bed, on camera, with tons of men watching him, while he's talking about letting some dude the week before blow him. And then I was like, this cannot be. This cannot be. I'm scarred right now. I'm wanting to vomit. I'm wanting to freaking vomit. And then I was like, I don't know about all this. And then I go to exit out of it, and my finger bounced across the bottom of the screen and fast forwarded the video forward. It was Frank, and I'm not going to repeat anything else that I seen in that video. The problem that I have, and why I'm even bringing this up about the Twink, is the fact that Frank has been dogging carnivores. He's been dogging keto doctors. He's been dogging keto people. He's been dogging all these different people because they don't fit Frank's campaign. Because Frank hasn't been accepted at the big boy table. Because he's still the dog. Okay, Bob. He's still the dog that's sitting outside the pen waiting to come in and be accepted into the pack. And that yet still hasn't happened with him. Even though his subscriber rating is growing, he still continues to look like the laughing stock of the carnivore community, just because he's so butthurt by not fitting in with everybody else. And there's several people, all the big YouTubers, that pretty much agree because he talks trash about everybody. What I don't get is Frank came on camera and he said all these bad things about Paul Saladino and Dr. Barry, which you guys know I don't care for them anyway. And Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson, all this other stuff, and called them bought, paid for doctors and stuff like that. Then the next day turns around and makes a video about how he takes care of his disabled sister because he's catching so much heat for doing that. It was the wrong thing to do. And then wants people to feel bad for him because he's presenting his, I take care of my sister and I do all this other stuff. When Frank is the most mischievous devil behind closed doors that people don't even understand. People don't know what half the stuff this guy's doing. And yet he keeps feeding his subscribers these lies and these stories about things that are going on in his life. And he's wanting them to actually believe that he's an honest, good, caring person. Dude wants to make money. He's a slime bucket. He wants to make money. And he's going to tell you and do and say videos and copy videos and all this other stuff and get all his information from the Weston Price Foundation. Every little bit of it is from the Weston Price Foundation. It's not Frank's research. It's not Frank's. He's paid for some study to be done. It's him taking it from different studies and then presenting it to the camera for people to believe that he's some kind of professional in his field, and he's not. Frank uses other people's information just like he accuses other people of using his information, which is the same exact damn thing, and then causes a big drama scene on camera about it. And then makes people believe that, he's not gay and he's not into this and he's not into that, and he likes females and he flirts with them and tries to lead them on to believe that that's the type of person he is, when in all reality he's not. Not at all. After what I seen, no. And for him to continue to release and post thumbnails and stuff about certain people and then continue to deny that he's gay, it's ridiculous. I mean, he just posted two guys on one of his thumbnails behind each other with their private parts blurred out as if they were doing each other. And I don't understand how nobody's holding him accountable for this. Nobody's speaking up to say, why are you so damn good to do this stuff and talk trash about everybody else, but nobody can say anything about you without you getting all butthurt and doing some kind of redemption video or debunking video or something like that. It makes me sick to my stomach that so many people would follow such an idiot and continue to do so, and then continue to egg him on and want this drama and stuff to come out. I don't care what you do or what you say, as long as you're true about what it is. I didn't see Frank's new video today. I saw the video of Frank doing stuff on camera for other men that were watching him, and then admitting that he was letting guys do stuff to him. I saw that video, and that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. I just don't understand how the community in general would continue to play into something like this and boost this guy up. Right. He makes fun of other guys having butt buddies, but yet he's the one getting pegged in the butt all the time, and people don't even know about it because he portrays this image online that he's this fairy boy that is the most excellent, utmost knowing carnivore information guy in the world, when he's probably the biggest catcher that I've ever seen. Honestly, the biggest catcher that I've ever seen. Like, he loves the sausage, and he just doesn't want to openly admit it. But what I seen today, he loves the sausage. I wish I could share that on here and not. You have to go to something. It's called like Microsoft OneDrive or something like that. That's the only way that I think you can see the video. Yeah, well, it is what it is. What else do we want to talk about? They have postponed my hernia surgery at the end of the month. They want to wait until the beginning of next month because the surgeon got backed up. So now they want to push me off in like the first or second week of March. And I don't know. There's a part of me that says that I don't want to go through with it because the doctor said if you can continue to live your life with just a little small grape-sized hernia and just whenever it starts to pop out, just push it back in and try to avoid doing things that make it pop out, which you can't ever tell anyway and it's so small, that would be the way to go. Because when we cut you open, we're introducing bacteria into your body. You're going to have a scar. Arthritis issues and stuff like that can occur. There's a number of things that can make your condition worse, and then offset you with your weight loss and your health goals and stuff like that. He said this is going to be a big change for a little bit. So it's like, what do you want to do? So I said, let's just go through with it right now, but when we get closer to it, we'll make the final decision on what I want to do. Because he said there are people that live with such small hernias, they don't ever really affect them, and they continue to let them live the rest of their life without having any kind of real complications. So that's something else I'm going to try to figure out. That's pretty much the end of the video. I don't really have much more to say. I just wanted to talk about Twinkie Boy and my experience with edibles and marijuana and keto, carnivore. How Stephanie is doing such an excellent job with her carnivore experience, and how she's lowered her fasting blood sugar in 1 week from 161 down to 122, being on a carnivore diet. Let me go back to these comments so I can see. Somebody asked earlier, what does the edibles do to your sex drive? I don't really know what it does. I would assume it would either make it really good or really bad. So you would have to try that out if you're into that kind of stuff. Well, I think that's it. I think I pretty much, did I cover everything? Does anybody else have anything that you want to talk about real quick before I get off of here? I don't want this to be another like hour and a half video where I'm keeping everybody on here for just me ranting and raving. Got a bunch of new subscribers on the Carnivore Keto Nation Official on Facebook. Carnivore Keto Nation Official. I got a bunch of new people on there. Thank you to whoever shouted me out, because got a little bit of an influx, which helped out with the subscribers on the group. That's awesome. Really, really awesome. That's pretty much it. That's all that's going on right now. So at this point, I will get off of here. And I'm going to just say good night. Have a great evening, and then I will talk to you guys in the next day or two. Subscribe, like, share, all the typical stuff. Tell the Twink I said hi, so he could do a video about me, and maybe my subscriber rating will go up even more. I love it. Hi, Twinkie. I don't like the guy.
I can tell.
I really don't like him. At first, I gave him a chance, and he just became more of a smart butt and more of a smart butt. And typically, I give people multiple chances. But the more he dogged people, the more he got involved with all the nasty names, and I just don't want nothing to do with him no more. At first, I said I wouldn't talk about him anymore, and I really, really tried. But the more evil I see this guy becoming, and the more stuff he says about people, the more he lies. How would it look if I talked all this shit to you and treated you terrible, and then turn around and said all these nice things to your sister to make her think differently of me.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what this guy does. He'll go online and talk trash about all these people, and then the next day he'll make a video talking about his disabled sister and how he helps her so much to make people feel bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
not right.
It's a really shitty thing to do.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
That's exactly what he did. And then today, I guess he actually made some video. Somebody in the comment section here was saying, Bob was saying that he made a video today talking about different people and their butt buddies in the carnivore keto community.
Mm.
Yet he's the one catching from the backside in his spare time that people don't know about.
I'm just looking at my candles.
I'm still on too. While I'm talking to you. Isn't that?
I got more.
At least he's got something to. He had Cargill T-shirt on. Yeah, I mean he's an idiot. Frank, Frank was on the cover of the Olympic sausage eating contest winner. He was the #1 gold 2020.
Mm-hmm.
He was the winner. Yeah, because he's probably imitating Dr. Berry or Paul Saladino, the people that he hates the most. And then maybe after this video, when people share it with him, he'll hate me enough to make a bunch of videos about me and my weight and all the things that I've said about him, and then my subscriber, because that's how his channel actually blew up. A lot of people don't know it. I was following Frank right before his channel blew up. He was stuck at like 7,200 people or something forever, and his channel wasn't really growing that fast. It was very, very slow, very, very organic, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, there was like one video that really set it off for him, and all of a sudden it was like 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. Now he's at 75,000. All it does is take one video, and then people to actually believe the bullshit that comes out of your mouth. And you look at Airsoft Fatty, the fat kid that I was showing you, the kid that's like 500 something pounds.
Oh yeah, the one that fell or something.
He had 300 subscribers, and he was fighting his friend with lightsabers and like plastic lightsabers, and they were recording it in the driveway, and he fell over the garbage can, and you could just see his fat and stuff all over the place, and he smacked the ground, and it was so shocking to people that all people could do was subscribe, and then the more they subscribed, the more they watched his videos, the more they got hooked on his personality, and now, what, a year and a half, the kid's already at like 430,000 subscribers. And all he did was have to fall down playing with plastic lightsabers. I mean, I don't know. I don't
get it. People are weird.
And now he's got an agent? He's got an agent responding to emails and stuff for people? I'm like, what the heck is going on? You can be like the most informative, best person on YouTube, but if you just don't have the goods for the geeks, the squeaks, the cheeks, you organically not happening for you. You got to do some kind of crazy stuff to really take off. Like squirting a bottle of hot sauce in my eye, sniffing a line of hot sauce. No?
No. Not worth it.
No?
No.
Would you not be my girlfriend anymore if I did something like that?
I'd consider it, but probably not. Depends on how weird you got.
What if I ate a pound of raw meat every night in front of you for dinner?
Oh yeah, I'd kick you to the curb.
I'd be done?
Right in front of me?
Done?
A pound of meat, right, every night.
Yeah, raw meat in front of you every night.
Yeah, no, I could not do that.
I'd be done? Done to the curb done?
Yep.
You wouldn't even call me back for like booty call every once in a while? Done?
No, because I just think about you sitting there eating fucking a plate.
But what if I had, really, really strong libido or whatever? You wouldn't even call me for friends with benefits because of the raw meat? Nothing? Done?
I don't know.
Done? Done.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I guess we'd have to cross that bridge to see what happens.
I would never.
I know.
I would never do that
It's
anyway.
fucking weird.
I'm just
I think your followers would even like stop following you.
no. There's a dude that's got like over 70 or 80,000 followers. His name is Farage. And this dude eats nothing but like raw meat, squirrels, organs. And he's been doing this for years now.
He just eats them on camera.
He does not know. In his real life as well. Like, he doesn't do it just on camera. All he eats is raw meat. And this guy is thriving. He's becoming.
Y'all are weird.
No. Y'all are not weird.
Y'all.
I don't understand how y'all are weird. This dude is weird.
Yeah, but people keep following him. So then, of course, he's going to keep on doing it. He's becoming Insta famous or YouTube famous.
Well, I mean, some people are into that kind of stuff. Just like all the people following Earsoft Fatty because of how geeky he is with the lightsabers and the Star Wars acting and all that other stuff. People are into that kind of stuff.
I'll stick to cake and cookie decorating videos.
Without the sound on?
Yes. And animal rescue videos. Oh, and people following.
Without the sound on?
Uh-huh.
Just watching the subtitles?
Yep.
Because you don't want to hear their voice?
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
This is a freaking weird one right here. She doesn't like watching videos with sound. She wants the subtitles on.
And they need to be under 10 minutes,
And
right?
they need to
or
be
I
under
scroll.
10 minutes or she will not watch them. Like, this video would never get watched by her.
Yeah, no.
Subtitles are not.
Over 10 minutes. It's time to scroll.
I have to say, this video would get watched if it was Walt
Whitmore
from Longmire. I'm honestly jealous of that dude. I try to grow my chest hair out for her and stuff and look all old and shit like that because whenever he popped up on the screen, she was like, "Oh man, that old man's sexy." And I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?"
It wasn't like it was his attitude that was sexy.
Damn it, I could have an attitude like that too.
That's not Walt. Walt was cooler.
Well, teach me then. Hell,
you should study Longmire.
I've been watching it before you.
Okay, well, watch it again.
Remember, youngster, I'm older than you.
I know, you're
I've been watching it longer than you.
Was it in black
What is
and
it
white?
about Walt? What is it about Walt that gets you? Is it the chest hair? Is it the...
It's like the cowboy. Oh, and his Bronco. But like...
So I got a 2006 Lincoln Town car.
Yeah,
a nice car. It's a nice riding car, nice smooth car.
It's nice.
And it's just ugly to you. But you like riding it.
Yes. Uh-huh.
But that Bronco ain't nothing special.
I know.
Mean, it's all right.
I know, it's probably loud.
The 80s models, Broncos, were nice. People love the Broncos and the K5 Blazers. But you would rather have that over my damn town car? That's crazy.
That'd be a tough decision.
Do you think you like Walt's chest hair?
I didn't even realize he had chest hair. Does he?
Yeah, he does. You didn't see him in that scene where he was like sleeping with the other girl that was in the police station?
You know, I did not notice.
Do you like his wrinkly face? It's like slightly sagging cheeks.
Okay.
You like the little turkey gobbler he's growing? Am I ruining his hunkiness for you?
A little bit.
Do you like when he takes his cowboy hat off? He's kind of bald in the middle, but people don't notice that. Should I put on a set of boots, or should I could put on some Levi's, some cowboy boots, and grow my beard all out wild and let my chest hair get all curly?
I like the cowboy boots thing.
I could do all that.
Cowboy hat.
Will you like me more than Walt?
Maybe.
And
you got to do that like he walks cool. Like
he walks like a damn cowboy.
Yeah, I like that.
I could do that.
Yeah.
Should I pull out that southern drawl?
Mm-hmm.
That southern drawl.
Yes.
What
please.
if I started saying washer? Mayonnaise?
Is that southern or
washer?
Walt doesn't talk like that though.
What does Walt talk like? How does he talk like that?
I don't know.
He's got swag.
Yeah.
That's what she just said.
100%. I agree.
He's got swag.
He's got mad swag.
Mad swag. Is that what turns women on? Is that mad swag, that confidence?
But it's not like an overconfident, like... Then it becomes too much and it's a turn off.
Really?
Yes.
I'll have to study Walt some more so I can
Yeah,
win some of them brownie points. That you...
I'd be fine with that.
What other movie star do you like?
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg? But he's a show off. He's a cocky motherfucker.
Yeah, but he's also cool. Like, compare him to like another movie star, and he's like a cool dude.
I like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
I'm okay with you liking Mark
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
right?
Not Walt.
No.
Well, what?
I don't know.
Change
I'm
it.
just trying to
Change
do
it.
my word search.
I'm bothering you.
A little bit.
And your
I
word
can't
search?
find my words.
Well, that's too damn bad. when you sign the lease together and you say I do together on that paperwork, there's nothing you can really do about it.
I could go walk in into my room.
And I could follow you.
I'll go lock the door.
I could unlock it. I'm a mechanic.
I got my own car.
But I can get to the keys faster.
You don't even need to know where the keys are.
No, but I could lay down in front of the door. You'll never get it open.
I can jump off the balcony.
You won't jump off the balcony. You won't make it very far. I have to drag you back up the stairs. You ever watch that movie Black Snake Moan or whatever?
No.
Where that girl's chained to the thing inside the house? She's a...
Is it a scary movie?
No, I think it's a woman locally that's ornery, and she's kind of like been drug binging and drinking binging or something, I think, from what I remember, and they take her to this man for him to get her right. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, and he chains her up to the couch in the living room, and she tries to run, and that chain, she'll run out of the house, and that chain will just yank her, and she'll go flying and come back to the ground, and he'll bring her right back in the house. And I think what he was trying to do is he was trying to help rehab her or something, kind of like in his own way.
That doesn't sound good.
So, how about Matthew McConaughey?
No.
What about... Who else do you like?
I don't know.
You don't know? I used to have a crush on Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Ew.
When I was a kid, I used to have a crush on her. And then once I hit like
That was
20...
way better.
23, 24 years old, I just quit having crushes or liking any movie stars. I don't really care anymore. They don't do nothing for me. None of the women do. None of the social media personality. I don't fancy any of that stuff anymore. I'm kind of like boring with that. I hear the ladies talking about the movie stars they like and how handsome and hot and sexy they are and stuff, and I'm like, they don't do nothing for me. I don't really have a crush or none of that. Okay, that was the...
Yeah, I'm sure they don't want to keep in here and talking about
I'm sure some of them do. Some of them, they don't even know you. They're getting to know you right now. They know that you like Walt and that you like
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I put Keanu Reeves on that list.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Ooh. You were cool up until that. Now I'm like, no.
Keanu Reeves.
Anyway, you heard it from her. She likes Walt, Mark Wahlberg, and Keanu Reeves.
Ba-bam.
Ba-bam. All right, you guys, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Just something different I'm doing at the end of the video. You don't really know too much about her or see me interact with other things other than what's on social media. So, y'all be blessed.
Be blessed.
Have a good night. Quit mocking me. You don't mock me. What do you want me to say? Goodbye.
See y'all next time.
No. Be blessed. That's my thing.
I know, that's why I would say it.
That's my thing.
I know.
You can't steal it.
All of a sudden I need to come up with my own. Okay. Next time. I'll think of a good one.
I know what you're going to say.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Something like, see you next time, fuckers.
Bye, bitches.
True story. She called me a bitch like the third or fourth date we were out. We went to Walmart and we were walking down one of the aisles, and I asked her a question about something, and she turned around and looked at me and she was like, well, yeah, bitch. I was like, okay, I kind of like that. Anyway, good night, y'all. Take care.